And the worst thing about the whole theory is that who was he married to? Lisa Marie Presley, he was married to, and it's claimed that Elvis did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. Like I said, there's too many darts going at this dartboard.
Do you think Lisa Marie said to him, look, this is the way that Dad did it?
Or this is the way my dad wanted to do it. Not to say that his dad did it, but, my dad, always thought it would have been a better idea to do that, and that's how it got in his head.
Hello! Welcome to Believe. I'm Phil Green.
And I'm David Ferguson.
And this is a podcast all about the world's craziest mysteries, conspiracy theories, and we're going to sweat through this, aren't we?
Oh my gosh, it's so hot.
So goddamn hot. This is probably the hottest episode we've done, actually, wasn't it?
But at least we're not on fire.
Nearly. Not quite.
Not quite.
This is a podcast all about the world's craziest mystery conspiracy theories. In each episode, we bring on a guest. That guest has picked a myth or conspiracy they want to talk about. It might be something they believe. It might be something they don't believe. Or it might just be something they've heard about. It might be to do with an international megastar, and they want to know what the fucking truth behind it is.
Yes, and we all want the truth.
We all want the truth, and that's what we're here to decipher. Yeah, that's what we do at best. Well,
we're big boys.
We're big boys. We know what we're doing, yeah. If you enjoy this podcast, please give us a little 5-star review, whether you follow us on Apple or Spotify or Amazon or wherever you get your podcast, because it gives us a nice little boost, doesn't it?
It really, really does. And if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, because
Indeed.
we're sick of the bots commenting. We want your thoughts and your opinions. Tell us.
Yes, absolutely. We want to know. I am also going to be doing a new stand-up show. I'm working on it all year. It is a work in progress show called The Boy Who Nearly Grew Up. I will be at Edinburgh this August. I will also be going to Liverpool, Guildford, London, and Nottingham over the next few months. Please come along. There is a link in our show notes, or you can go onto philgreencomedy.com. Yes. Now, talking about excited people, George is here.
George is here.
Yes. He moonwalked in.
He did.
Yes.
He moonwalked in. He's got a little cap on.
He's got a little cap on.
He looks younger than normal.
He does, doesn't he? And who is today's wonderful guest?
Today's wonderful guest is David Tsonos.
Yes, David began his comedy career in Canada in 1999.
Did Canada exist then?
It did, as a real country. And he now lives in London. He can be seen at comedy clubs all over the UK and has performed in many countries and numerous festivals all over the world. This summer, he will be returning to the Edinburgh Fringe with his new show, Club Comedian. And he will also be doing a show called The Drunken Heckle Show, which I've done many times, and it is a lot of fun. So if you are around, please come along to that. And what is the myth or conspiracy that David has chosen?
Michael Jackson is alive.
Michael Jackson is alive.
Hee hee.
Let's do this.
Get out of the rabbit hole.
It's a fake. Every single bird in the sky is a robot.
It's fiction.
Doubt your government.
It's an urban legend.
Like if they're actually spraying something in the sky.
No way.
A stream of absurdity.
It's a total fabrication.
Welcome to the podcast, David Tsonos! Woo! This is the most casual I've ever seen you look.
I know, it's true. It's just too damn hot out there. You're
Is
right,
this the most
though.
casual you've ever been in your life?
Probably on camera? Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you're wearing shorts.
Yeah.
You look like, it's very much geography teacher on his day off.
That's what a lot of people say whenever they see me that.
yeah.
For those who are not playing along, I usually wear a suit when I perform.
You do?
Yeah.
You're a very smartly dressed comic most of the time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But yeah, you're right. But yeah, no, not today.
Not today.
I don't know how you're doing it.
Yeah, we don't know why why we're doing this, to be honest.
Yeah.
Frankly, I'm suffering.
Yes.
I am very, very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah. Double David. This is going to be a confusing one.
We can call me gay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do that anyway.
Yeah.
That's
Gay, the homo.
That's how me and George refer to you off camera anyway. Just the gay
I
guy.
could be David and you could be Dave.
No, I'm not a Dave.
he won't
Not
have
a David at all? I'll be Dave for this one time.
No.
You sure?
Have you ever been a Dave?
Yeah, I do both. I don't care either one.
You don't care. He really cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be Dave today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like whenever you correct
I'm
someone.
I'm just casual too. This is a
You are.
Dave
Yeah.
outfit.
Actually, to be fair, you've got a Dave vibe
Yeah,
about you.
yeah, that's
Whereas
right.
if the suit was on, it would be very much a David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I prefer to pronounce dive.
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 Nice. Can you do a Cockney accent?
No, that's all I can do.
We're in East London, we should point out, and that's the extent of the accents.
Yeah.
It was very good. Very
My
good.
one line in every Cockney movie. Dive.
Dave. All right, Dave. How you doing, mate? Yeah, good. You were talking before about a Bigfoot.
Yes.
You made a discovery.
Yeah. There was something.
Bigfoot Canada.
Yes, that's right. Well, no, actually, it's called Sasquatch in Canada. You
It
know
is
that,
good.
yeah.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, Sasquatch in Canada. Yeti in, where's that? Russia? In northern Russia?
Nepal.
Nepal, thank you very much.
Himalayas.
Yeah, the Himalayas,
Yeah.
and they call it Bigfoot in the States.
Yes.
They call it too.
Yes.
And there was just one out just recently that I read that there's actually a cave and it has a portal to a different world, and that's why you only see them at certain times. They come and observe what's going on. Somebody catches a glance of it, and then they're gone.
So it just pops in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Multi-dimensional version of Sasquatch.
Yes.
I don't know that I hold with that.
We sort of cover this in the Bigfoot episode in the sense that there was the theory that he was an alien.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think it was an alien that just pops in, though. I think it was just that he's an alien who just came down and now he's here.
Stuck.
Yeah. But I guess he just takes some notes, pops back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah. Fan of Sasquatch? Do people in Canada believe in him, do you think? Or
You know
her?
what? It's unfortunate, but a lot of conspiracy theories of that magnitude, of that kind of thing, because that's like around the world.
Yeah.
The more we have technology with cameras, the more that those are going to die out.
Right.
Because when you think about it, what is going on that every picture of him is totally blurry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So as the technology gets more and more, some of that stuff is going to be dying out a bit like that.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And yet,
But I mean, you used to have like 75% of a town believed in them, and now that percentage is going to be lower.
agreed, it's a much lower percentage these
Yeah.
days. Yeah, but we've still done some modern conspiracies of creatures, cryptids, I think, that...
Big back clap.
Yes,
ABCs.
they've been taken on iPhones, and yet still the footage seems to be grainy. Not sure why.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
And the horrible thing now is that you'll get people doing AI versions of it going, this is real, and going,
yeah.
it isn't.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
Yeah, he won't have it. He's a big defender of Bigfoot.
I
the
believe.
one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's the one he buys into the most. So, Mr. Conspiracies in general, what do you think about them? What do you think about conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists?
Conspiracy theories are very much needed in the world because this is how I feel about conspiracy theories. You're a bad dart player, but a bad dart player throws 20 darts at a dartboard. He's going to hit a bullseye.
Okay.
So conspiracy theories, we need people to come out with stuff like that because even if somebody comes out with like 10 of them, one of them might be true. You know what I mean? Maybe not all 10 of them, but something in there is going to be right. And that's how actually a lot of things in the world have come out to play, have come out to be revealed as somebody who just rattles off all this stuff. And then, wait a minute, what was that one you said about, such and such? And like, oh shit, that one could be true,
So reading between the lines here, you're saying that this podcast is a public service.
It is a public service. Yes, it is. I'd say 90% of it isn't, about 10% of it is.
So if you're not already, like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you're contributing to the truth being out there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good angle. Actually, I'd not thought about it that way because everything that gets revealed starts off at some way as a conspiracy.
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, any that you particularly buy into that haven't as yet been proven?
I don't really know. There is, there's an interesting one about the three people who escaped Alcatraz.
Oh yeah.
And I've been there. And I've seen how far it is. So the whole thing is that they escaped Alcatraz. They went in the water.
I thought only one person escaped.
No, it's three of them.
Alcatraz.
There were three.
Was there?
Yeah, two brothers and another guy.
Okay.
And they were never found.
They were never found, yeah. And it's believed that the current just washed them away. But I can't believe that three of them, there wouldn't be, one guy, maybe there wouldn't be any sign of, but all three. But I've been on that shore and looked how far it is. It's not as far as you think it is.
Yeah, but it's very choppy.
It is choppy, but I mean, people who are that desperate, and if you have two people helping you, and they had like raincoats that were blown up as a raft.
Yeah, it wasn't they weren't just swimming.
Yeah,
they had submersibles.
Yeah, and I can't believe that. Like I said, one person, all right, that probably happens, but all three and stuff like that. Like I've seen it with my own eyes what the swim would be. And
Okay.
it's feasible for people.
Distance-wise, it's feasible.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been and they were very clear to say we don't think anyone would have made it because it's too choppy. But distance-wise, I can see it's feasible because you can see it quite clearly from the shore and vice versa. I mean, Sean Connery made it, but he's James Bond. So. And in fairness, he saved us from nuclear war.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. The Birdman of Alcatraz, is that one of the ones that escaped?
No. That goes way before that too. That's
it?
interesting. So that's a very intelligent man who got thrown into Alcatraz, and they were allowed to keep pets, and he kept a pet bird.
Yeah.
But the birds were dying, and he did all this research, and he's one of the what's if you study birds,
Ornithology.
Ornithology. He was like the leader of some of that stuff. He just wrote books and he sat there all the time and like he blew everyone away. He discovered a lot of stuff about it because he just sat in his prison cell and he was able to study this varied bird that they kept as pets.
I guess when you got a lot of time on your hands.
Birdman. Yeah, there's movies about both of these: The Birdman of Alcatraz and Escape from Alcatraz.
And The Rock as well.
Add The Rock.
Well, The Rock's a bit different, but yeah.
What? So Michael Jackson, MJ fan?
Well, you know what? I'm the right age that Thriller came out when I was, I think, 12 years old.
Yeah.
So it was huge. It was the number one. And when I say the number one album, I don't think people are aware of what that is nowadays. That's the album. That's people going out and purchasing the physical. You're talking playing on a record player album.
Yes.
There was tapes. There was no CDs.
Yep.
So there was tapes. There might have been 8 tracks still lying around too.
Early 80s, yeah?
Yeah. So this is people who would buy them, and you'd see people walking down the street with them in their hands. You know what I mean? That's how many people bought this album, Thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was everywhere, and it was such a because it is a great album. But it was the dawn of MTV.
Yes, that's right.
Which he fully capitalized on.
Oh my God, did he ever? Right?
You know, and like like Taylor Swift wouldn't be in it. You know, okay, she's great. She's got married to that very nice bear, but like,
which we weren't invited to.
Well,
Because despite having talked about Taylor Swift a lot on this
Really?
podcast.
Another one you talk about? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock and Taylor Swift.
Admittedly, we did do an episode on whether or not she'd been replaced by the daughter of the Church of Satan.
Wow.
That might be one of the reasons why.
She's a bit
but
bitter.
there was leaked footage from the wedding, and it looked satanic and stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's
it was
quite
very
satanic.
exciting.
She's also the theory was that she's been cloned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which a lot of them are, but yeah, the impact that Michael Jackson had in the cultural zeitgeist.
I think for anyone who was young in the 80s, I mean, for me, so one of my first album I ever bought, it wasn't Thriller, it was Bad. So
Oh, there you go.
But
Yeah.
it was an 80s. I bought 2 at the same time. One was Bad on cassette, and the other was Kylie's first album.
Oh, so you started off strong.
I started off strong.
So that's another thing like that. So everybody, almost every generation, well, until he passed away, has a Michael Jackson story. Because then you have the 70s with the Jackson 5,
Yeah.
which are humongous,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then you had mine was Thriller, and then Bad, and so forth and so forth. And then, and then he passed away.
Yeah, I think anything. Well, did he? I think
that's right.
anything.
That's the point.
Yeah, I think anything. You're right. In anything in that sort of 20-year-ish period between sort of mid 70s through to maybe early or mid 90s, probably mid 90s is that's his peak.
Yeah.
After that, probably less people born after that would necessarily have the same connection with it, I think.
Yeah, but even with his like Invincible, which was his last album while he was alive, even that album, and they said it was a huge flop, but it absolutely wasn't in terms of numbers sold.
Yeah.
It just wasn't allowed to be the zeitgeist.
I suppose when you've opened, I mean, you've been in Jackson 5, and then you've had Off the Wall and Thriller and Bad, and Dangerous did pretty well, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's then everything else. It's hard to live up to any of that, right? But I mean. Yeah, by any artist says it's going to be massive.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, he's legendary. You know, like no matter what they say about him, people are still like the recent Michael biopic.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It made near $1 billion, $1 billion maybe at this point.
It was number one for ages, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was getting my hair cut and my barber, and he was saying, I went to see Michael last night, and I thought he was talking about like a boyfriend or something. And then he said, no, the movie. I went, what?
Stereotype there.
I know. And he said, no, the movie. I said, I think I'm going to go again tomorrow.
Wow.
Now I am a person that will go and see the same movie over and over again. For example, I've seen Obsession 4 times. I saw the Barbie movie 7 times. Do you know what I mean? I love going to see the same movie over and over again. But he's a normal person. He doesn't do that. And he was going, oh yeah, it was so much fun. I'm going to go back.
Wow.
I quite like the Michael movie.
Yeah.
No Janet. That's who I love.
She refused to do it, didn't she?
Yeah.
She doesn't like talking about him at all, does she?
Not in that way. She's very, very supportive. Like if you think about the duet they did together, Scream, like she performed that at the Grammys on her own.
Yeah.
And I think that's so totally iconic. And I mean, she helped raise the kids as well. So
Great video, Scream.
oh my God, I love
Really
it. That's my favorite look on Janet completely. I just adore her so much. And the anime girl. Oh, Janet.
He was strong on the video front, wasn't he?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because Thriller
Yeah.
was huge, wasn't it?
And like Thriller was made when you didn't have to pay that kind of money for a video.
Yeah.
You know, if you go back and see those videos, you could throw your band on stage and have a concert, and that was your video, you know?
Well, up until that point, that had been what most videos were, wasn't it?
Yeah, quite a few of them. You'd have maybe they were in a studio or something. You'd have a little something.
Yeah.
But definitely not that magnitude. They were done cheap.
Yes.
And then he's like, Thriller, the original Thriller too, is like, what is it, 15 minutes long or
Yeah.
something like that? It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
short film.
Because there's a
Short
whole
film, yeah.
non-musical bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
The whole introduction
Yeah.
to it.
Go away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like that's Halloween every year for me.
And then it cuts down into just the 4. I think it's even pretty long on itself, about 4 minutes, which is long for a video.
Yeah. And do you remember doing the Thriller dance when you were a kid?
No, I don't think we ever did the dance, unfortunately. Yeah.
I don't think it was a thing over here. No. I feel like 13 going on 30 has
Made that.
made it.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's actually a thing.
No, but 13. I mean, that's one of the great moments in that movie.
Is I would say the highlight of that movie.
Oh, I love it. So funny. I watched it for coming in to do this. I watched that.
If you're going to rip off Big, put in an MJ number, and it becomes acceptable.
Yeah, it was great. And, you know, especially the way that movie ends, certain themes. Anyway, Janet, I love you.
Big support of Janet.
Well, yeah, I think she's great.
Favorite Jackson?
Janet? Oh, yeah, I adore Janet. But
Okay.
I quite like Michael, and I'm quite fond of LaToya.
Okay. Your favorite Jackson?
Jerome.
Yeah, I like Jerome.
Yep.
I like Jerome.
Jermaine. Jerome.
It is Jermaine. It is Jermaine. You're right. It's Jermaine. The one that was on Big Brother. That was Jermaine, right?
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for these questions.
He went on Buzzcocks years ago and got torn apart by Simon Amstel. And normally that's quite funny, but I was like, I really like Jermaine Jackson.
I think Simon Amstel went too far.
He was out of it. Well, also, when it's a comedian, fine. And when it's a British pop star that's got a bit of sort of, a bit of back chat, fine. But I think someone like that, he had no comebacks. He had no way of defending himself. It was.
Why are you hurting me?
Yeah, he didn't really understand what was going on. It was a bad booking by his agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jermaine never quite got over the fact that he wasn't the big Jackson brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that he always was a bit annoyed about that. Mm-hmm. But Michael was always the one with the
He was the talent.
He was. Like, you can see it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they were kids.
Yeah.
You know? Like, one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs is a song called Maria, and that's when he was a kid.
Yep.
I love that song, the drama of it. It's so 1970s drama.
Yeah.
You know? And that was before he became Michael Jackson.
Yeah. He's
Before he started something.
Before he started something. Right. So few celebrities have inspired as much fascination, admiration, and speculation as Michael Jackson. Even after his death in 2009, countless theories have emerged claiming that the King of Pop somehow staged his own death and continues to live in secret. The official account of Michael Jackson's death is well documented. On the 25th of June 2009, Jackson suffered a cardiac arrest at his rented home in Los Angeles after receiving the anesthetic propofol, administered by his personal physician. He was then transported to the hospital where doctors were unable to revive him. Multiple investigations followed, culminating in the conviction of his physician for involuntary manslaughter. Medical records, witness testimony, legal proceedings, and extensive documentation all support the official conclusion that Jackson died that day. However, alternative theories began circulating almost straight away. One of the earliest claims suggested that Jackson intentionally faked his death to escape the pressures of fame, financial difficulties, legal controversies, and relentless media attention. Supporters argue that someone who spent decades under constant public scrutiny might have desired a completely private life. According to the theory, staging his death would have been the only way to disappear permanently.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It came at such a convenient time.
Yep.
You know, you're talking about allegations. You're talking about, we were talking earlier about the album doing his tour that he was setting up was not selling well.
Yeah.
And that's money that he's put into it. And the tickets were not up there. So you're talking about financial trouble. You're talking about trouble with the police. You're talking about, like you said, the thing about fame, everything coming at him at once. And then he just conveniently dies at the age of 50, which I'm older than right now. You know what I mean? At the age of 50 of a man who had tons of money to have a personal doctor there, let alone probably a personal physician to make sure he was eating, sleeping right, family around him and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's too convenient. And the worst thing about the whole theory is that who was he married to?
Well, he wasn't married when he died. Lisa Marie Presley was his first wife, and then his second wife.
And they claim, sorry to cut you off.
I can't remember what his second wife was called.
Yeah, Lisa Marie Presley, he was married to, and it's claimed that Elvis did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. Like I said, there's too many darts going at this dartboard.
Do you think Lisa Marie said to him, look, this is the way that Dad did it?
Or this is the way my dad wanted to do it. Not to say that his dad did it,
Okay.
but my dad, always thought it would have been a better idea to do that, and that's how it got in his head.
Because I guess he could have lived with Elvis for a while, couldn't he? They could have, if he had a spare room.
Who? He was all right. Michael Jackson.
He would have still been
Elvis
alive.
Elvis would have been gone by the time he married her.
No, but if Elvis was still alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
At that point, Elvis
Yes.
could still be alive. 'Cause
Yes.
We did do an
They could-
episode on
Oh, did you? Yeah.
On Elvis
They could
being
both be
alive.
together right now.
live.
Yes.
And in
He'd be
2009,
dead now.
feasibly, he'd definitely be dead now.
Yeah.
But feasibly in 2009, Elvis could have still been
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah, I got you.
Probably not if he'd continued in the same level of health.
Lifestyle. yeah.
So he would, if he'd been dieting, he might have stayed until 2009. In which case, MJ could have moved in with him.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of things. Like the house that they were at where he had the supposedly heart attack had cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's no footage of it. All
Yes.
the
Oh,
footage
very
is gone.
Princess Diana.
Yeah. All the footage is gone.
Yeah. It is often very convenient that when somebody dies in unsuspicious circumstances, there does never seem to be any
No.
CCTV footage
No,
of it, despite them being in the public eye and having been captured millions of times before everywhere else they've gone.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of slip-ups when people are talking about him, like his family's talking about him. There's all sorts of weird slip-ups.
Yeah.
There's one where one of his brothers, I think it might be Jermaine, I'll look it up or someone could look this up, who says that when he's talking about the thing, and he meant to say, and then we put Michael in the ambulance and went to the hospital. And he said, then we went to the airport. And like, why did you say airport? He goes, oh, I didn't mean airport. I meant hospital. And then they looked it up, and there was a private plane that left this airport conveniently. Like someone said, wait, that was weird. Why would you say airport instead of hospital? There's too many little things. Like I said, these darts are hitting this dartboard.
This is why Jermaine was not the main Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Exactly this kind of, yeah. We're not prepared to play the game or couldn't play the game well.
Well,
All sorts of things.
we're talking about Michael talking to Lisa Marie and how maybe she told him how Elvis
Yeah.
faked his death. But that's not the only person that faked his death that was around Michael Jackson. LaToya Jackson's abusive first husband, he also faked his death. But then came back. So it was definitely something that was discussed around the Jackson circles, because that's how LaToya got away from her husband, who it was incredibly abusive. When LaToya Jackson said that she believed that Michael had been a pedophile, it was under the duress of her abusive husband, who had mob ties and had said he'd kill everybody if she didn't say it. I mean, like it's like LaToya Jackson's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a story in herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got a documentary. There must be one about her.
Not any good ones, because she's kind of the joke Jackson.
And I guess now she's so, like, we were aware of her because Jackson was so big when we were young, but now no one would care, I don't think, about LaToya Jackson.
I still love her. I have her albums. She can't sing.
That's because you can't let go of the past.
I can't. I love crap, and LaToya Jackson is just so much fun, and I feel for her. She went through a lot. Also, she's like in her 60s and she looks 14. Like she really, and she sounds.
Well, there you have it right there. That family knows plastic surgery.
Yeah, they do.
Another good one.
Yeah,
Another
they
good
do.
one. How easy would that be
yeah, like
for them?
Like Michael practically destroyed his nose before the end of his life.
How easy would it be for him to go in and say, make me look totally different, or make me look how I should look?
Take me back.
Yeah. An album was released after he passed away. They put some stuff
Yeah,
together.
they did a posthumous album. The album cover is really, really good.
Yeah.
But it's not a good album.
Okay.
Kay Vaughn is singing on it and stuff. It's like
There's been a bunch of stuff that, that even because he passed away, that I think like, okay, let's get Michael, let's fake this and then look at the money that we can make after him too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This could be part of it. Because like I said, financially, even though he had all this money, he was not where he used to be financially.
No, and he was playing or attempting in that tour that he was about to go on to play stadiums that he had been playing 15, 20 years before, which were huge.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
going back thinking, well, I can sell this out. But your stars kind of faded. You're not at that level of popularity. So he wasn't selling tickets. It's just that you're not able to fill these are the biggest venues in the world. These aren't, small venues. These are...
Isn't it 25 days at the O2 or something
like that, yeah.
Jeez.
Which, to be fair, like...
I don't
I
even
mean,
think Madonna could
maybe
do that.
Taylor Swift could fill that, but how many other acts could do that? Probably no one.
Well, I was working in Soho at the time, and around the corner was the Michael Jackson musical. I think it was called This Is It. I can't remember. and it wasn't doing well. And when Michael died, you couldn't get tickets for Love and Money.
That is true, and I did see it. I actually quite liked it. But yeah, that was also a bit suspicious.
Yeah. And I remember because I would go walk to the Piccadilly Circus Tube. It's really close there, and I would be walking Piccadilly Circus Tube to go home, and I'd be walking past the theater that it was in, and the amount of people that were being interviewed outside the theater on the day that he died, and it was just like, Farrah Fawcett died as well, you know.
Yeah, no one remembers that.
No, poor Farrah. See, but I think Farrah did die.
Yes.
Sorry?
I think Farrah did die. Farrah
Yes.
Fawcett did die.
I still call her Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Oh my god. She was just gorgeous. Have you ever seen Saturn VII?
I think so.
It's a Harvey Keitel's in it, and they don't.
Yeah. Sci-fi film. That's right.
But Farrah Fawcett Majors is in it and she has like a nude scene. You don't see anything, but she's nude in a scene, and it's so like, oh my god, that's a movie. That's the only reason for watching the movie. It's terrible, but you see Farrah Fawcett running
it's a
around.
slow burn. I wouldn't say terrible, but it's a slow movie.
Yeah. Oh, I don't hate it. But I do think it's funny that they dubbed Harvey Keitel. But Farrah Fawcett, she's just so beautiful.
Well, she has been overshadowed.
She has been over.
Yeah.
But you see, I think this is perfect timing.
Yeah.
You know, Michael died the same time Farrah Fawcett died. Distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
What, you think they were trying to distract from Farrah Fawcett?
No. They're like, you know, like it's all
Something else in the news.
Something else?
else in the
Okay,
news.
mix it up, mate.
Because Farrah Fawcett was a major star.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I still have the cover. I still have the issue of Vanity Fair that celebrated her.
Okay. Well, so there's a fair few things, as you said, David, that people cite as being reasons why there's a lot of suspicion around his death. One is a photograph in the ambulance. One of the earliest pieces of alleged evidence emerged from photographs taken outside Jackson's residence. Researchers claimed enhanced images showed a figure sitting upright inside the ambulance.
Yeah.
Critics argued that the lighting and reflections distorted the image. Proponents insisted the posture matched Jackson's silhouette and suggested he remained conscious throughout transport. Analysts described the photograph as the first confirmation event. Do you aware of this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen the photographs. There's also another one of him actually getting out of the ambulance.
Yeah.
And that's, people say, no, it's a hoax, it's like that. Unfortunately, from those two things, like I said, it's just not proven from that. That's just more to add to it, but I don't really like to harp on those two things because you'll never win somebody over. One person says it is, one person's going to say it's not. There's no real factual proof to it. It's just a little bit like, like a little bit to throw on there, a little dust to throw on to the whole original conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
These are little things that are adding up, of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't find that to be concrete.
I mean, I agree. It's definitely not concrete.
Yeah.
But it definitely, I guess, if you and also in the age that he died and the time that we are talking about, we're fully into the internet age.
Yeah.
We are just about into the smartphone age, maybe not quite, but people are certainly sharing images on phones, and then so I guess at that and people want to look for conspiracy. They want to look for that, and YouTube was huge at this point, right? So it's already taken off. So it's easy to fuel that if you want to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, he might have faked his death.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's also the coroner timeline. So alternative investigators identified what they believed were inconsistencies between reported emergency response times, hospital arrival records, and witness recollections. So although each discrepancy could be explained individually, researchers argue that collectively they indicate deliberate manipulation of the public timeline to conceal Jackson's extraction from the scene before official announcement.
And it could be, what people don't understand is that, he could be had the heart attack, got to the hospital and said, wait a minute, now's the perfect time. He could have been thinking about it. And legitimately that could have happened to him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So maybe he was there, so some of it could have been true and some of it throwing it in there,
Yeah.
Yeah, the inciting incident might be that he had the heart attack. And it's like, it's now or never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
There was tabloids in the 90s that were talking about how he was going to fake his death.
Yeah. But then I completely agree with that. However, what I would say is anyone of that profile, or not anyone, but a lot of people of that profile, and which there are very, very few people, right? So Madonna may be one of them, certainly Princess Diana.
Maybe.
Madonna, one of them. Certainly Princess Diana. People of that stratospheric fame those rumors will there will always be some
That's
rumors
true.
about it.
Yeah,
In fact,
yeah.
there will always be a reason. And I suppose if you've got a controversial history or
Yeah.
controversial past,
Yeah, yeah. If you had the cops after you.
yeah.
Yeah. I should point out at the time of his death, there were no criminal charges against him.
No, but yeah, they were mounting. There were always theories, and there were always people talking and stuff like that.
I think he was innocent. Anyway,
Yeah. No, that's fine.
I think it was he had a lot of people in very high positions pissed off because he had the Beatles back catalogue. He owned his
Hell
own
yeah.
He
rights.
did.
You know,
Yeah.
he was a very canny businessman, and I think he pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, but he set himself up for it, unfortunately. He made it very easy because he openly admitted that he shared his bed with children that weren't his. You know, he said that happened in his house.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you know, when you're that big, you got to protect yourself. So
And he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't at all. You know, he lived his life like a child. He was very childlike. He never
Really grew up.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Because he didn't have a chance to grow up.
Yeah.
He was famous from 5-7 years old, something like that. His dad wasn't really a father figure in the kind of teach you how to be an adult type of way.
Joe was.
And everyone around him was exploiting him for money.
Yeah.
So when have you got a chance to learn responsibility? When have you got a chance to understand anything normal? You haven't.
Do you know what I find highly interesting whenever you have a family like this that all went into the musical business? You know, like their dad pushed them towards it. First of all, horrible thing to push your kids into. The chances of them making it is so rare. He would have been better off saying, look, I'll go out and get a blue collar job. They would have, less trouble, less money. So it's really strange. I think, did Joe always want to be a musician? Is that the whole
Joe
thing?
always wanted to be a musician.
Yeah, so he was living
and Jermaine showed talent. They had talent.
Okay, they had talent,
But
they said.
when Michael came along, and he was the one of the younger brothers, it was like, oh, holy.
Now they got it, yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
But then there was the level of abuse that.
But like, I don't know how big your families are that you're from too, but like I come from a family, there's 5 of us. There's no way the 5 of us would ever agree upon one occupation.
Yeah.
You know, you see families that everyone does the same thing. I'm like, no one wants to be a dentist in this family.
Yeah.
You know, no one said, I kind of like cars. I just want to, like sell cars or something like that. It's so amazing to me.
Yeah.
I guess if that's what's ingrained in you since you're a child, maybe that's all you know.
Yeah, I mean, like there was the Jackson 5, and then there was sorry, Janet, I can't remember. Then there because Janet's the youngest.
Yeah.
And I think it's Marvin's over her. And there's basically the 2 that ran with it are obviously Michael and Janet. But like they all had to do stuff. They were all in TV shows.
Yeah.
And, like Toya did loads of stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, even when Michael Jackson got big, the Jackson 5 would still do tours, like without him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last tour the Jackson 5 did was like 1985, and they really corralled Michael into that. He did not want to do it, but that's because they sort of saw that their chance was over. You know,
I did see the Jacksons perform a few years back, and it was pretty bad. Sadly.
Even Jermaine?
Yeah. Especially Jermaine. Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
So there's the memorial performance. Researchers have long questioned the emotional tone displayed during the memorial
that was a big
service.
thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a lot of suspicion around this.
Yes, everyone seems so nonchalant at that thing. Everyone seems
Paris
that way.
cried.
Well, there you go.
Paris wanted to be an actress.
Yeah. Well, the rest of them, though, like this mother, and they got like all clips of this. The kids are chewing gum and sitting back, and they're all like, they all treat it like a family reunion as opposed to Michael Dye, too.
Yeah.
That is very weird.
It is very, very
See,
weird.
like I said, there's just little bits and pieces, that just...
If you haven't seen this, look up footage of this on YouTube because it is actually weird. It
Yeah.
is a really, really bizarre memorial.
Because I thought it was bizarre at the time because I remember watching it. I think I must have watched it on YouTube, but I might not have. I might have watched it in the news. But I remember thinking, this is weird. But it might have been that was the public version of it.
True, they might have a private one.
It is
Still.
true to say that they did know there were cameras on them, and so some people just do not want to show emotion on camera. They don't want to cry in front of camera. I understand that, but we're talking about quite a lot of people, not showing any emotion. So according to this theory, several family members exchanged subtle glances and smiles that investigators interpret as coded reassurance rather than grief. One chapter compares hundreds of still images, concluding that expressions changed dramatically whenever the camera shifted position. The report argues that these behavioural changes suggest participants were aware that Jackson remained alive.
There's also a woman in the service, blonde woman, and no one can cite who she is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And there's the rumor that it's Michael in drag.
Yes, there is
Yeah,
that
there's a
rumor.
few of those sightings of him.
There's quite quite a few. I mean, one of them. Are you aware of the Dave interview?
You know why? I just saw that because when we were doing this, I just saw that too.
Yeah.
I love that we're talking about this, Dave, and
That's right.
David.
Yeah. Do you know what? I hadn't even made that connection.
Totally
Double
appropriate.
Dave.
Didn't make that connection.
Double Dave. Yeah, it's extremely hot. We cannot tell you. Our brains.
And every time they interview like a person like that, like do we know this guy from before?
We should explain who Dave is. So Dave is a music producer.
Yeah.
Right? He worked at the time. He worked with a lot of famous people. Was in with the Jacksons. And this is so one of the most famous theories involves him appearing on the Larry King show shortly after Jackson's death. Some conspiracy theories claim that Dave was actually Michael Jackson in disguise because of similarities they perceived in his voice and mannerisms.
Very similar eyes.
Yeah.
Said things the same way, and also Dave is a survivor of severe burns. So like he's very scarred.
Yeah.
Easily,
Yeah, that was weird. There's a few.
Okay. I mean, the counter argument is Dave had been publicly known for years before the death.
Yeah.
His identity was well documented, and there is no evidence he was Michael Jackson. Well, of course, there wasn't any evidence. Would there? Yeah. I mean, it would seem a strange thing to do immediately after the death is to go on
Hide in plain sight.
Another good one. Or was he always Dave?
Because Michael is known for dressing up.
Yeah.
Like there's loads of footage
Lots
of
of
him
stuff.
of like wearing fat suits and the loads of different movies where he's different people.
Yeah.
Like the Captain IO, which is for Disneyland, or for Disney at least.
Yeah.
That used to be a whole ride in Disney, or experience in Disney. The Ghost, the movie Ghost.
Yeah.
He dressed up, he has different makeup and whatever. Like Michael was adept at being in disguise. When he was out with his kids, he was often in disguise, and there's footage of that and footage.
Yeah,
of
there
that.
were. I mean, I think we all remember, particularly from the noughties in particular and the 90s, a lot of pictures of him with face coverings, sunglasses.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is that he often wear the same type of clothes, which kind of gave it away.
Yeah.
But you're right, he covered his face a lot.
But that's an approach as well. Oh, it's Michael Jackson in disguise, and then when he's really in disguise,
yeah,
no one can see him.
it's also worth remembering he was very good friends with Billy Shears,
Yeah.
aka Paul McCartney.
Yeah, say.
Exactly. So they did a duet together, didn't they?
Yeah, say. That's what I just called it.
Good point.
And that's how Michael.
It's very hot today.
And that's sorry, I'm being a bitch. And that's how Michael became aware that the Beatles back catalogue was up for sale.
Yes.
because of Paul McCartney talking about it, and Paul McCartney, Billy
Billy Shears.
talking about it, saying he felt betrayed by Michael because Michael went and bought the
Of course, yeah.
catalogue.
I just caught on why you guys are calling him Billy Shears. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
I got it now. I'm on it. Yeah.
So So for anyone who hasn't seen that episode, Paul McCartney actually died in 1966. He was replaced by a guy called Billy Shears.
Billy Shears.
Yeah.
Let me introduce to you.
And Billy could have provided Michael with information about how to hide your identity. Because he'd been doing that very successfully up until that point.
Absolutely.
Very successfully.
Absolutely.
And still is, actually.
Yeah.
And here's the killer about the Beatles. There's talk that every one of them is being replaced, different people. So we should do another episode about that.
Okay.
But Billy is the one that they definitely.
Billy's the big one.
Yeah.
So the funeral mystery man, which is the one I think you're referring to.
Yeah.
So a few viewers believe they saw a figure resembling Michael Jackson at the family memorial events on funeral footage. Investigations generally found, well, the rumors this was a security personnel or family friends, camera angles creating misleading impressions. But there were lots of people that believed this.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, although this wasn't the digital age and it wasn't in the age of social media, actually I would say those things probably didn't spread quite in the way that they would right now. But there were quite a lot of people that were convinced this was the case. You seen this?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. There's lots of. He dressed up as an old man. They've seen that guy.
Yeah.
A few times. They've seen them. There is a singer. I have to write down his name. Named Jack Crooner.
Uh huh.
Oh yes, the older guy.
Yeah, and they're
Great
claiming.
name.
Jack Kruner, and Jack Kruner does Michael Jackson songs.
Yeah.
He does Frank Sinatra, which I just found out was Michael Jackson loved Frank Sinatra songs as well.
Yeah.
And that's what this guy goes out, and people are claiming it's just Michael Jackson now. It's been a few years. This guy is Michael Jackson. That's what he's going as now, is Jack Kruner.
Jack Kruner.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like I said, I don't believe all of them are, but there could be one. You know what I mean? You keep, Dave, Jack Kruner, this other person, this stuff like that.
Could be.
Come on, there's too many. There's too many choices. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's too much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't be the first person to have multiple personas
Yeah.
on the stage.
Yeah.
I do like the idea that he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be more fun.
It would be more fun.
Yeah.
And even though, like I said, the money was happening, he was smart enough to stash away, X amount of cash somewhere.
Yeah.
That he just went and grabbed it and took off, or, was able to have a comfortable lifestyle.
Yeah. When we say he'd run out of money, it wasn't like there was nothing in the
No.
account.
No.
Just, it
yeah.
wasn't the level he was at.
Yeah, exactly. It was going down.
It was going down.
It was going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean, he did. He
he was
going
gonna
to
have-
love to spend. There's
Yes.
no question about that.
Yeah. And he was going to have court cases coming up soon too, probably. So that would have cost something. So just everything was like coming around.
It was. So viral photographs. Many photos have circulated online claiming to show Jackson after 2009. So there's these pictures sitting in a car, wearing a hoodie at airports, I think like you said,
Yeah.
shopping anonymously, standing in crowds. There's also coroner's van and ambulance theory. Some videos claim Jackson was exited the ambulance or coroner's van alive. So these claims have been analysed repeatedly. There's no credible evidence of them, but they persist because his Michael Jackson's highly recognisable appearance made impersonators convincing. His private life before his death fuels speculation, and viral social media posts often recycle or misleading images. So which I think goes to your point about the private jet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like he just said airport for no reason, and then like I said, they went back and they looked at the planes leaving the airport, and there was a private plane.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there always is a private plane, but 2 and 2 equaled 4 there. You know what I mean? He said airport. They checked it out. There was a plane.
What do we think is the most likely reason he would have faked his own death?
It got to him.
But what got to him?
Everything.
Everything.
I'm talking everything at once. Okay. And like he could handle one. He can't handle 3, 5. He can't handle it all. He's been in this business since he was a child. He's been forced into it. He's been constantly in the limelight. Now he had kids to look after, and now it was just coming at him from all angles. And I don't think there was any joy in his life at that time. I think like when something, everyone in life, you could take 1 or 2, but when everything is not going your way, that's when people have suicidal thoughts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So rather than him going, no, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I'm going to fake it and start over. Or maybe I always had a plan. You know what? I'm going to move here. I'm going to move that and stuff like that. It was just too much.
Okay.
And he's never had all the problems that Michael Jackson has always had. I'm talking about even when he was like at home. At least he still had his brothers with him, to support him when he was being abused by his father, wasn't he? Right. Yeah. And now he has nothing.
Yeah.
He's not even in the same level of his siblings anymore. He couldn't even go to them with his problems. You know what I mean? There's nobody he can go to because he was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Nobody has the problems that he had.
I guess you also had the resources to do this as well.
Exactly. Another thing. Yes, of course. Yeah.
And also if you have a private doctor, it is kind of easier to falsify records, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've said this before.
Yeah.
And even though he ended up getting criminally charged.
Yeah.
For manslaughter,
involuntary
manslaughter.
Yeah.
Even though he got criminally charged, you be the fall guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone did 5 years in prison for Clark Gable because Clark Gable runs him over in a car.
Yeah.
These things do happen.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't serve all 5 years either, that doctor, right? He'd be there 2.5, good behavior.
Nice,
he'd be out.
sweet payout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And who knows what his thing is? Maybe that guy owed money, or maybe that guy, whatever the hell his life story was too at the time.
Yeah.
Keeps your secret.
Yeah, and they would not put him. They would not put him in a tough prison either.
No.
They'd put him in some lush private.
Just ask Gillian Maxwell.
So that doesn't hold up the fact that he was convicted with me either.
Yep. So there is a slightly more philosophical hypothesis.
Okay.
So this is the legacy experiment. So perhaps the most philosophical hypothesis suggests that the disappearance itself was conceived as an artistic statement. Researchers argue that Jackson wanted to answer an extraordinary question. How would the world remember Michael Jackson if Michael Jackson simply vanished?
Yeah.
hence why it might have been his own funeral.
Yep.
Within this framework, the disappearance became a social experiment exploring fame, memory, and myth. By removing himself from public life, he could observe how history evaluated his work without the constant influence of new interviews, controversies, or performances. Supporters believe this transformed his absence into his final performance, one in which the audience unknowingly became participants.
Yeah, I'd say for sure as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
That is art, isn't
Yeah.
it? That is art at the highest level, if that was the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not wrong because he would have seen again with Lisa Marie what happened with Elvis. Like Elvis wasn't doing well at the end of his life. No. It was Priscilla Presley that turned Graceland around and did all that. She was a very, very canny businesswoman.
Yeah.
And used that legacy to, Elvis makes billions. And I'm sure Michael was more than aware of that. Also, when he was getting ready for the concert, This Is It. He was saying, this is the last time I'm doing this. I'm not doing it again. You get their tickets now, or otherwise I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
And like he sounded hurt when he was saying, like, I'm done. I'm only doing this because I have to.
Yeah.
And like the concert footage of This Is It. It was one rehearsal, and then that they put together and put out.
Yeah.
And then he died.
And he wasn't very happy doing it, was he? He wasn't enjoying it at all.
No, and a lot of the performances in This Is It were cut from other shows. It wasn't a new show. It was an amalgamation of things.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally, I could see him doing this as an experiment.
Yeah.
There's one time where they're talking to his father, and he said, he said another weird line, like almost every member of his family has said something weird about this. Mm-hmm. But his dad said something like, they said, is this the end of Michael Jackson? And his dad just went, you never know. Like he knew that something was up or something like that. Yeah, he says something like that. Yeah.
But again, I think it's a family that don't really know how to connect necessarily either. So they might often say things that aren't particularly appropriate because they don't really have that understanding.
But he would be somebody who, like, I want to do something that no one's ever done before.
Yes.
So I'm going to do this and then see what happens.
Yeah. In maybe an Andy Kaufman type way.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for him to come back.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I kind of did.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy Kaufman did. Was it Tony Hinchcliffe? No, that's a different comedian.
No, but his alter ego, Tony. I can't
I can't remember.
Yeah, but the lounge singer. Yeah.
Tony something.
Yes.
Oh my God, Tony Hinchcliffe is not who I mean. He's a different comedian.
Tony
completely.
Clifton.
Tony Clifton.
You had to reverse.
Tony Clifton. And, like Andy Kaufman did dress up as Tony Clifton, and Tony Clifton did attend,
And Tony Clifton has appeared since Andy Kaufman died.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Michael Jackson's influence on music, dance, fashion, and popular culture remains undeniable. His groundbreaking albums, innovative performances, and humanitarian efforts continue to inspire new generations. The theory he is still alive reflects humanity's desire for mystery and our reluctance to say goodbye to extraordinary individuals. The legend of Michael Jackson continues through his music and cultural impact, not because convincing evidence suggests he is living in secret, but because his artistic legacy remains remarkably alive in the imagination of millions around the world. So, Dave, is Michael Jackson still alive?
Yes.
Okay. David, is Michael Jackson still alive?
Yeah.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Let's all go with it. That's 3 up.
Yeah.
George, is Michael Jackson still alive? Yeah. That's 3. Beautiful.
I'd like to apologize to the Jackson family if we're incorrect on this. However, if we're right on this, we gotcha.
Yeah. And we usually are. As we said, public service.
Whatever you tell me to do, Janet, I will do. I love you.
He really does. He really does, Janet. David, would you like to look at this camera? Tell people where they can find you, where they can follow you, all that sort of stuff.
Best place to follow me is now on TikTok. I'm on TikTok under my name, David Tsonos, or also Funny Canuck. You could find me on there as well, and that's Funny Canadian in the UK. So Funny Canuck. And Instagram, same handle, David Tsonos. And I'm going to be at the Edinburgh Fringe. I will be up there doing my one-man show called David Tsonos Club Comedian. So if you're up there, come watch me.
Yes, do. David's a great comedian. You will have a wonderful time. Are you doing the Drunken Heckle show as well?
Of course, yeah. We're doing that as well, 11:30 at night.
If you want to come to that, it's well worth it. You just basically get to heckle comedians.
Yep.
That's it.
There you go.
That's the concept.
Yeah.
Would you both like a Michael Jackson joke to end the podcast?
I would love that.
I think that's appropriate.
I think so. Why can't Michael Jackson go within 500 meters of a school?
Classic. I don't know why.
Because he's dead.
Hey.
That's the end of the podcast. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Please give us a little 5-star rating wherever you get your podcasts. And if you'd like to help support us further, why not check out patreon.com/BelievePod for exclusive episodes, early access, and ad-free listening. Remember, we love you.